Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today we're going to be doing a video on TMZ. Who are they? What do they stand for? What is their role in Hollywood? Also, what's going on with them and Liam? They were the first ones, so I kind of they were the first ones that broke the news, so I want to take a look at why they were there and what's upcoming for them as well. So if you're interested in any of that, stick around. Otherwise, quick news and announcements. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so using my website link down below. Otherwise, you can feel free to join YouTube members, $3 a month, access to exclusive content for that. Otherwise, disclaimer, reminder, everything I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all, just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, with that, thank you all so very much for listening to me, and I will see y'all in the reading. Hi everyone and welcome to the reading. So what we're going to be looking at here today is we're going to be looking at Liam Payne, not Liam Payne. We're going to be looking at, but we're going to be looking at TMZ. I want to take a look at just the organization generally. What should we know about TMZ, about and their role within the entertainment industry? Because one, I'm just curious. So yeah. Also, if I sound a little frustrated, this is the second time I'm redoing this video, so I apologize for that. Because the first one, the audio didn't record, and I'm like, what the heck? So let's just take a look here really quick at what's going on with TMZ. What is their role within Hollywood? Seven of Shapeshifters, aka the Seven of Cups. Otherwise known as the Beetle, necessary decisions for goals. So what is their role here in Hollywood? There's someone that brings options to the table. Necessary decisions for goals. I think also when I'm looking at them in the power structure of the entertainment industry, where do I see them right now? They are an arm of someone else. However, this feels like it's a recent change. So I would say, give it like 6 months ago, it feels like they were an independent contractor within the entertainment industry. Where they are now, though, is that they are now an arm of someone else. I don't know how this happened. We're going to kind of probably take a look into this. But currently, there's someone who, when I look at Seven as shapeshifters, it's like we are able to make something from something else. Why is this? Is the Ace of Winged Ones, aka the Ace of Swords, because they're great at disseminating information out to the masses. They're great with influencing other people and getting stories out in front of them. Do I think that the most reputable organization out there? No. But do they hold a lot of information? Yes. I almost see this as like they have vaults of stories that they have on people. And in these vaults, it's like you go into this back room and it's like, okay, we need a story on Johnny Depp. Okay, go to the vault. Okay, what's the vault? So you see, so like when you go to this, it's almost like a filing cabinet. You look, it's like, okay, Johnny Depp. Okay, you pull out you pull out the drawer. It's got Johnny's name on it, and in here you have the files of stories that have been run, manila envelopes of stories that have been run, and then behind it is stories that have been shelved, and then behind that are juicy stories that you can bring out at any time, and then there's ones that have been kind of like blacklisted, stories that have been blacklisted. So they have like a treasure trove of stories on like anyone who's a mover and shaker within Hollywood is what it feels like. So it's like they have like a backlog of information. Also, and again, that blacklisted section is like, how does a story get blacklisted, one may add? What I'm seeing and feeling from me is the story gets blacklisted because someone paid for it to get blacklisted, or the juicy information in it was too much to be run at that point in time. That's how I'm kind of seeing it. That's how I'm feeling it. That's what I'm being told. Okay. So financial influences on what's going on. We have the Queen of Four Legs, aka the Queen of Pentacles. So it does feel that who's ever running TMZ currently, this is someone came in and infused money into the organization. And as we've infused money into this organization, we have built it up, but we've also gained more control over it than it was before. Like I said, it used to be an independent contractor, like within the grand scheme of things. It was just another, it was like this little boat bubble, like floating along in the sea of the entertainment industry. 6 months ago, though, it's like it turned up and it got like the banner of someone else, though. So I don't know if there's anyone who watches One Piece, because this is what I'm kind of getting drawn to, where it's like you have like, what is it? So you have like the pirate ship, right? And then like the pirate ship has its like subordinate pirate ships. So if you follow the main character Luffy and his Straw Hat Pirates, he's got like the flag of the Straw Hat. And then he's got like people underneath him who like they fly his Straw Hat banner on their boat, and then they're like protected. That's what it kind of feels when I look at it in this sense, where TMZ now flies the banner of someone else because they're now under that person's protection instead of being an independent contractor like they were before. Hopes and fears here, the Chariot. They want to move forward, move in a different direction from where they are now and become bigger, better, the best in what they kind of do from in the media standpoint. However, with the Eight of Cups here, the unseen obstacle is they're going to have to walk away from something that I think that they don't want to walk away from. It's like their bread and butter. What I would say here, as what I'm seeing, is I wonder if they're trying to go in a different direction with TMZ, looking at more like influencers, online YouTube stars, or the such, and trying to get into that niche of drama instead of going with the whole Hollywood entertainment industry, especially as there's been so much that has been brought out against these individuals. And it's like, I don't know if we're going to be able to cover them anymore, y'all. It's like, we got to go in a different direction. And that's what it kind of feels like here. With the unseen or other challenges here, we also have the Six of Swords, which is the internet. Also, this is stories, disseminating information, distance, travel, change from different places, people and things. I do see this as the internet is changing the landscape of the media sphere as well. So as kind of TMZ tries to position itself, it's like it sees it going more towards the internet. A really good example that kind of comes to my mind is Jeffree Star and how he's used TikTok as kind of like his own version of QVC. So that's kind of what it seems like TMZ is doing, where instead of having like an entire show or something on TV, they're trying to go towards and figure out their niche online, where they're able to get information out but still be monetized in a way that they already are. And it feels like that's kind of a struggle for them as they're trying to figure out, well, what's that niche? Where do we fit in the grand scheme of things? Do we fit on YouTube? Do we fit with YouTube TV? Do we fit still with whatever media site that we're on? Like, we're just trying to figure that out right now, and it feels like they haven't figured it out well. What's going for them is the Fool, wisdom and folly. So they do have a lot of really good young people, it feels like, on their team that are kind of helping direct them in a direction of like, where do we see trends coming up? Where do we see us going? Yeah, it's like where we see us going. But I think there's also a little bit of a pushback, but there is a place of innovation. There is a fear of them becoming like BuzzFeed, which got a really, really, really big high, and then they crashed when a lot of their big creators left. So it does feel as though they're trying to avoid the pitfall that BuzzFeed had, and they're trying to build up as TMZ in a different avenue. So they're learning from their competitors' mistakes to add to their success down the line. Here in the past, we have the King of Cups, so trust in the power of light. I do see that this is something that they've been feeling for a while when it comes to what is their direction, what are they wanting to do, where are they going, how do they operate. It's been something they've been thinking about, like how do we connect with the masses. But here in the future, we have the Queen of Cups. So before where they were trying to like appease to the emotions of, or like manipulate the emotions of people around them. like they were pushing themselves out and their emotions out. They are now almost moving into a receiving energy, moving here into the future. So how I would put that within like an entertainment or business sense. They have a lot of different options available to them currently. They have a lot of stuff that they're trying to figure out. But I think what it's going to end up being is they're going to be trying a couple different options. They have, remember, Seven of Cups at the forefront of everything. I would expect them to be on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, other social media platforms as they're trying to find their niche. I would also see them, I don't know if they're going to start their own streaming service. I'm not hearing that they will, but if they do, it's going to be not like a super paid thing. I think they've been seeing how that's not working for others. So it's like they're trying to piggyback off of another group or content. So they themselves don't manage the whole network, but they piggyback off of it. And it feels like they want to keep continuing to do that. I think they also see this as they go in a bunch of different directions, whatever doesn't work, they're cutting off and they're moving towards the stuff that does work. They're really finding their niche in that way. Okay. So next I want to take a look at how many secrets do they actually hold for the entertainment industry, because it feels like they got a lot. So let's take a look here. What kind of secrets do they have in Hollywood or the entertainment industry? Because let me tell you, as independent contractors, they've been given a lot of information. I also see them as brokers. So when I say brokers, I do see them as like people come to them for information, where they're used in a way of, do they pay for their stories? Sometimes, but for the majority of them, I don't think that they pay for stories. And this is kind of how they make their money, is that they are the ones who are paid to run stories rather than pay to get stories, because they're well known. Okay, so let's take a look here at what kind of secrets do they hold about the entertainment industry. Because again, they're like a broker. And I also, like, an example of this that I see is like, so you have Kim K and you have Kanye coming at you. And so like both of them have stories that they want to run on one another. And so it's like they almost like bid it out, like who's going to bid more to get which story blacklisted, essentially. And so like that's another way I think that they make money, is that like who's going to pay the most to blacklist a story or run a story or a hit piece of some sort. So let's take a look more specifically, though, at what secrets that they do have. So we have the Magician, the Fox, aka Blessings, Magic, and Invisibility. They have a lot of stories that they have blacklisted that they do not have up and or running anymore. TMZ, when I see TMZ as their independent contractor within the system, they are a group that, when I say they have vaults of stuff, they have vaults of stuff. The information also that they have been carrying, like this is like 15 plus years of stories that they have running. Like if you think that they run every story that they get, you are sorely mistaken. Because with the Magician, it's like we could ruin a lot of careers and a lot of lives, but we don't, because we are pretty balanced in our approach to journalism. They have some morals, they have some ethics and standards. I will say that. Because when I look at this, it's like we could really blow the lid off of this whole thing going on in Hollywood with stories that we have gathered. From a financial influence here with their stories, we have the Knight of Swords. So Guardianship and Ventures. Again, they are the secret keepers of Hollywood. They are the secret keepers. If they wanted to, they just need, if they would ever be hurting for money, they would just be like, okay, guys, how much? We have 2 stories that we're looking to run. Which one are you guys looking to not have run? Open up to the highest bidder, is what it feels like. here. It's like we open up to the highest bidder of which one do you not want us to run. They are brokers in information and deals. I think they also, I'm seeing like they sign on a dotted line as well. So like when people blacklist a story, I think there's also a contract that goes along with it, because it's like, yeah, you take payment, but we're going to protect our butts. And there's a story, and like when you when you get a story, like or when you blacklist a story, there's a contract, and it's like an X amount of years you don't run this story, yada yada yada. And in them not running that story, like for X amount of years, it's like, okay, by the time that this story or the contract would be up, you would hope to be like, yeah, this story doesn't mean anything or anything kind of moving forward with other people. Hopes and fears here is the four of swords, which is seek the inner truth. So it does feel like there's been a lot of qualms or a lot of internal turmoil when it comes to what are we running? Why aren't we running this? There's a lot of shelved stories as well that I think when it comes to the journalists on the ground who have been putting these together and then they're told, yeah, your story gets shelved, it does give me a sense of there's a lot of animosity where it's like, you gotta be kidding me. You're really not letting us run this? Like, this story means something. What do you mean that we gotta go run? Oh, why did Miley Cyrus wear this scandalous dress? Like, when I'm like, there's this guy over here who we just caught with pictures in the club, making out with two 16-year-olds, but alas, apparently Miley Cyrus's sparkly dress from this unknown designer is more important. Unseen obstacles is the sun. So I do feel there's some unhappiness, one, with the stories, but also they can shine a light on a lot of things going on down in Hollywood currently. Like I said, they are secret keepers. They have vaults of information. This is also the Page of Wands as well. So it's like when I mean like they got stories, again, if they would open their vaults up, it would cause probably an influx of legal and or justice people to be like, where did you get your information? We need to talk. What's going on here? We have questions on what you're doing. What's going for them? We have persevere to achieve, the Two of Ancients or Two of Wands. So I do see this moving forward. TMZ might be releasing some stories coming up that are like kind of reaching the end of their cycle or the end of their contract. It does feel like we have one major story coming up, maybe around February-ish, February 22nd, 26-ish, somewhere in there, maybe. There's a contract that's coming up on a story that means a lot in today's age, but was paid off like 10, 15 years ago to not run. But it's really applicable to today's climate within the entertainment industry that blows the lid off of Hollywood. Here in the past, this is the Ten of Wands, which is we have a burden that we don't know if this is worth carrying anymore. And this is a major burden. These secrets are huge burdens. And then here in the future, we have the Six of Pentacles. So I would be worried if you're someone who's sold stories to TMZ, or people have still sold stories to you on TMZ and you've paid the money, but the contracts are coming up for those stories to get run. I would be worried. Six of Pentacles here. It's like, if you don't have the money, we can run these now. You don't have the funds, we can run these. The contracts are coming up. We're following our contract. Are you going to follow yours? So it does feel like we're having some interesting times ahead where TMZ might be dropping bomb after bomb after bomb, depending if people are able to pay to keep things covered up. Okay, now we're going to take a look here at Liam really quick, and then we're going to look at the future of TMZ. So let's take a look at Liam. So what happened with Liam, and why was TMZ there so quickly? So let's take a look-see here. Why was TMZ so quickly there after Liam's passing? Were they there already? If they were, why were they? What was this supposed to all be about? So let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Why was TMZ there? Sorry, I don't really read these cards upside down. So, the Emperor. Vision, power, healing, but this is all about control, looking for the next thing. I could also see this with the bald eagle. This is something that came from America. TMZ, why were they there? They were given a story. They were given a lead. They were directed to be there by some sort of leader and or figure. Why is this? Because of the Eight of Pentacles. You want work? That's why we're here. We're here to work. We're going to give you a story. We'll give it to you. From a financial influence here, as well, do I believe that they knew what they were getting into? Do I believe that TMZ knew the story that they had? No. Do I feel that they were there because they were told to be there? Yes. Was there a story there? Yes. Was it this story that they were expecting? No. Because it's like preparing for the future, but also here it's like intuition, weaving of fate, the High Priestess. And financial, it's like they knew it was going to be something big, but they didn't know what it was going to be. Because the hopes and fears here, this started a brand new cycle. This started a whole new cycle for TMZ as well. This almost feels like it was part of the catalyst where TMZ was brought underneath someone else's wing for protection versus them being an independent contractor. Like I said, this has been something that's been very recent, where they switched from being independent people into now underneath someone else's banner or flag. And this feels like the incident that caused it. Down here, unseen obstacle, judgment. So I do see that TMZ got a lot of flack being like, why the heck were they there? Why are they now focusing on us as TMZ? There was a disconnect where TMZ kind of got thrown underneath the bus for this. Yeah, they got thrown underneath the bus for something. And a lot of eyes were put onto them, so there would be a distraction and for another thing going on. So that's why they were brought in, because it's like, TMZ, how'd you know? How did you know? Because they would, if anything, they weren't supposed to be the only ones there, but they ended up being the only ones there for some. And I think that's caused from that's like pre-planning ahead of time is what it feels like to me, where it's like they were told they weren't going to be the only ones there, but in reality, they were the only ones actually contracted to be there. And it's like, because someone was trying to reel them in some way to get them underneath their wing. Also, over here, the other challenge, it's the Seven of Swords, which is proper use of secret knowledge. TMZ might have also jumped the gun on this a little bit, where they were given secret knowledge. I'm pretty sure of that. Also, what was going for them, we have the Magician, which is like communication. We were going to be the first ones on the scene. We were going to be the first ones that said it. We were going to be, I also see this as a little bit of a salesman. It's like we were going to be the first ones. We were going to break whatever news it was, but we didn't expect it to be this news when it came to Liam. In the past, we have the Temperance card. So this is about finding balance. They were also imbalanced. This feels like a rushed job as well, where TMZ was told, you need to get down there now. And so they went without really questioning anything. And then here in the future, the Queen of Pentacles. So again, this infused money into them, and it came from outside sources. It just feels like, we just showed you what we can do for you. Are you in or are you out? And I think TMZ decided, well, it's easier for us to be in than out at this point, because there's too many barbs going across at each other, and it's easier to be under someone's protection rather than to be an independent contractor in the entertainment industry at the current moment, is what it feels like to me. All right, so let's just take a look here at what's coming up next for TMZ and then end it there. So what's going on next for TMZ? What can we expect? What can we see? What can we not see under the such? So let's take a look-see here. What's going on with TMZ in the current moment? Or what's kind of coming up next for them? So let's take a look here. The High Priestess. So they're weaving a web of some sort, or they're stuck in a web. Why is this? Because of the Five of Wands. They're going to get stuck into a fight, a lawsuit. This could also just be them getting stuck in the crosshairs of other people, of other people's fights. But they're kind of now, because they have all this information, people are vying for the information that they broker behind the scenes. How do I put this? They are the ones, yes, they are secret keepers of Hollywood, but they also have all these past stories, and there are people who are vying for those past stories who want to use them and control them for their own good. Why is financial influences on this? Is because of the Ace of Wands, because there's new opportunities, new things. I do feel like there might be jumping the gun on a story here coming up. That's going to cause some backlash for them. Because their hopes and fears here is we just want to keep our prosperity, our abundance, our home, our family. Because with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like we just want to keep doing and making our money in some way. But they're getting caught up with other people. Interesting that, because the unseen obstacle, they're disconnecting from people. This could be we're disconnecting from the entertainment industry. One thing I've seen that they've been trying to do is, like, I think they've been doing stuff with like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. So like I think they're trying to go more towards like influencers or like B or C list celebrities more than like these A list, because it feels like that's kind of collapsing down and they see that that's not going to work. So let's go now to a more of our internet culture, our internet influencers, and see what we can do there, because currently they have to disconnect from their main money makers, and I don't think that they're happy about it, because their challenge here, as well as the Fool, is that they're not being stupid about it. It's like they know this is kind of happening, and it's just it's tough, because like we need to keep making money, but we also need to try and move it to a different direction. Also, what they have going for them, there's a lot of new secrets being revealed. So there's going to be stories that they're going to be able to push out, because it's like they're not the ones breaking it. Also, somehow the contracts that they've had in the past don't get broken if like if the story gets put out before they put it out. Like it's almost like fair game that they can put out their story or additional information that they have behind it. Looking here in the past, they've walked away from a lot of situations. Eight of Shapeshifters, aka Eight of Cups. They've done a lot of stuff in the past where they've walked away from situations or stories that they couldn't run. But then here in the future, we have the Four of Pentacles, self-reliance, practical pursuit. I do see them here. They have stories that they are going to run, but then there's going to be some that they hold back, because again, they have their protector above them, and they can't really run. If there's a protector above them, there's stories that they just can't run, but they do have information on. If I was the police or law enforcement, I would be like, we should go talk to TMZ, because it sounds like they got information that I would want to hear about. Or if they're just rumors or something. So that's what I'm seeing here for TMZ. They as secret keepers of Hollywood, aka the entertainment industry. If you like this, feel free, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your own thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you not? Otherwise, feel free, join YouTube members, $3 a month, exclusive access to a ton of stuff. Otherwise, personal readings, you can use my website. Link is down below in the description box. Otherwise, if you want to check out any other readings, I'm going to have those linked here at the end that you might enjoy. So with that, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!